Nicole, after flying on the dragon for about an hour and a half towards this area, wherever the dragon was taking you, you appear in this very dark and dreary town. Small town. Everybody there looks pale and tired. They're all like dragging themselves.
Where are we?
Duros on the dragon says, "This is Hunstown. Hunz. Town. I have to get back.
Okay.
I trust that you'll find a way back to the castle."
I will do my very best. I have no money.
Oh, what's it? Um, Afton told me to give you this. He holds out a piece of paper.
I take the paper.
It's another one of the notes.
How did Afton get this?
I don't know. He said he found it on the ground whenever he, you guys saved him.
Thank you, and that this helps me out tremendously.
Of course. The armor flies back onto the dragon as they take off. Null hops off the dragon before they fully take off. As he just looks at you and waves.
I wave back. What does the note say? I do read it.
A decision he'd soon to regret. Are you wanting all the notes?
No, I'm reading them.
Care to read them out loud?
Yeah. I was reading them off of your screen.
Oh, okay. Here you go.
There once was a bunny who lived on a hill, and then one day he went for the kill. He snapped the fox neck, a decision he'd soon regret.
There. No, by the way. Just in case you forgot.
How could I? I do kind of just study the note, read what letters on
Wait,
it.
no, that's not Noel. Oh my gosh. I meant James. James. I'm such
Wait, James didn't come?
Yeah, I
Is he
know.
just here now?
Yeah.
Okay.
He, like I said,
James,
he waves at you.
where should we start? Just pick a direction. Point.
He shrugs and just you can tell he's saying that he has no idea where to start.
I not entirely knowing exactly what else to do, I walk over to somebody. First person I see in this dreary town.
Approaching one of the people, you come across this lady.
Hello.
This area is coated in fog, by the way. It is very hard to see her as she says, "Hello."
I was wondering if you had met anybody who carries any sort of strange purplish crystals with roots at the bottom.
In a world full
I'm
of...
sorry, out of character. Do all the dark cards that we've gathered so far look the same?
Only with minor differences, but relatively.
Mhm. Thank you. Continue. I'm sorry.
In a world full of magic? That's a lot of things.
Um, this one curses people.
Um, I don't really know. It might help to go to the adventurers.
I'm sorry, I'm not quite familiar with the town. Could you tell me where that is?
I, they're just around.
Mhm. Okay. Thank you for your help.
Of course. And the way she talks, you can see that her speech is signifying the way that everybody around you is feeling.
I do walk back over to James.
Okay. And what do you say?
She said to talk to the adventurers.
He kind of like tilts his head and just shrugs.
She said they're just around, which helpful, but also not.
Off in the distance, heading into an alley, you see this thing. This person. If it even is a person.
You saw that too, right?
He turns around and just turns back to you, looking confused again.
Something just, yeah, something went into that alley. I don't know if it was a person.
He shrugs.
Mm, it
You
could
can
be.
hear his like teeth grinding as he says, "Should investigate."
I start walking over to the alley.
He he just shrugs and then starts following you, as you don't see the person that you once saw before, but you do see somebody lying on the ground. They don't look okay. They are
Uh,
vomiting blood.
Before approaching them, I do like check my surroundings.
There's nobody around.
Are you okay? I walk over.
He just continues to hurl without any response.
I look to James to see if he has any idea what to do.
He looks so confused and kind of nervous. As you see the same black smoke that you saw earlier just kind of appear around this person, and they end up on the floor with their eyes shut and a slight smile on their face. Almost as if all stresses just left their body. Almost like they just spent an eternity in that second. What would you like to do?
I'd like to examine the alley.
There is nobody. The only things that you see are the chunks of blood and vomit on the floor.
No, but also bad. I do start to leave the alley, making sure that James is there.
Yeah, he's following you.
What was that?
He shrugs and seems a little like taken aback by that, like very freaked out. Like he's not used to seeing that level of violence from somebody on themselves.
That was weird.
He nods in agreement. As you see, many other people are starting to vomit as well. You can tell that if you don't find somebody with a dark heart and stop whatever's happening now, it may be too late.
I do like just the direction that feels most right within my gut. I just pick it and start moving.
The direction that calls you the most is a mountain north of the town.
I start going to the mountain.
James follows. As you begin going up the mountain, the violent cold begins rushing past your face.
I do
And
continue.
eventually you find a cave with old, like, ancient Japanese almost architecture around it, all of which are like runic and stoned.
Cautiously, I go inside.
Along the cave, you see drawings of people being like swept up by these like discs and funnels with swirlies all around. You can deduce that it's wind that they're drawing. Along the cave isn't the veil, but it's this weird, cracking, like celestial kind of teal energy going all the way into the cave until eventually walking through the cave, looking around, you see this large temple, and in the center platform, there is a man floating. He seems to be guarding the dark heart. He doesn't have it, but in him, but he's guarding it. He looks like this.
Excuse me?
Exiting his meditative position, he drops onto the floor, standing up. He says, "What?"
Are This is gonna sound like a dumb question. Are you guarding the dark heart?
"I am."
We need it.
"Do you have a dark heart to replace it?"
We need the dark hearts we have too.
For what purpose?
Me and my friends are veil touched and we're trying to find a cure, and we're also trying to lift a curse off of a town not that far from here.
Noble. I guard the dark heart from people who will use it for improper purposes.
I can prove to you
I
that
can
I
see
am
your
veil
heart.
touched.
I understand you're telling the truth. Therefore, to obtain the dark heart, beat me in combat.
I nod.
As he throws out like 6 different mannequins, all of which that have ability crystals in them, power crystals. I can see your power. Return me those mannequins whenever you're done. Nicole, if you want to, find a place to put the current things that you're controlling and label them. You get to pick 6 different abilities. Each of these mannequins will be using one of your actions.
Okay.
Yes, so there is no like combo text with the mannequins, unless you destroy one. Unless you destroy one of the other mannequins that you don't combo with.
Sorry, I'm grabbing another device so I can look at my sheet.
All right. All right. The style of this combat is going to be very simple, regular, old, turn-based. I'm going to be flipping the coin. Heads it's you, tails it's him. No, it landed before I called it. Heads. So you get first move.
Fire puppet on his stick to do a fire blast. Can I see the image?
Why do you need to see the image of him?
So I can try and identify any weak points using the image.
He's a normal looking dude.
That is not a normal looking dude. Aiming for his main center body.
Okay. Successful
Fireball.
attack. Remember to get rid of these. Take these down.
I know. It
Right.
hasn't happened yet. We didn't do anything.
No, I know. Just make sure that you do it, even if it like fails. The mannequins will have a regular old d20. As the fireball is a pretty large fireball with an accuracy of 16, it manages to hit him as it does a total of 8 damage.
Mm-hmm. Is it his turn now, or is it his turn now?
Yes.
Mhm.
5. He throws a fist as a small gust of wind goes out, hitting you guys. It doesn't hurt at all. It doesn't really even do anything. He just says shit, and then starts stretching.
Oh. trying to kind of interrupt his stretch, I use the air mannequin to try and blast him back into a wall.
4.
Nice.
He counterattacks, and winds go to hit you. A sheer rushing wind with ice particles in it. You can tell that if it hits you, it will definitely sting. If his hit is successful, he will deal 3 points of damage. 6 points to your Constitution shield.
I will use Earth to try and create a shield.
You have to pass over 16 as now you will only take 1 point of damage to your Constitution shield. And the other one hits you, but it doesn't do a whole lot. It only moves you back slightly.
Sorry, I'm making mental notes to myself.
Yeah, I see that.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
I used fire once more, this time aiming for the upper part of his body, but not his face.
Critical. 7, as you will be dealing the full critical damage, which is 20. It hits him, burning up parts of his clothes, as he takes the ash that's in it and starts wishing it around in the wind as it begins rushing you. You can tell that if it hits you, it's going to hurt. It's going to burn.
Mm-hmm. I will. I will once again use the Earth one to try and create some form of protection, like a shield or wall.
You have to get over a 22, which means that your only chance of success is a critical roll.
It's not like dodgeable, is it? No, right?
Yes. Every attack is dodgeable. Every attack
Oh.
can be prevented. There's no in us there's nothing you could have done situation. There always is.
So it's dodgeable?
Yes.
I'd rather try and dodge out of the way.
Combat
Sorry,
will never be combat will never be as easy as like your game or Eli's or Jasper's or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
21, just barely, as you only take 1 damage. Practically nothing. You wash it off. It's fine. What the fuck? Oh. As you are completely fine. Your turn.
I will once again use the fire one. I take that back.
Well, your next roll is 18 if you use a mannequin.
I was gonna say I was gonna say electricity instead.
Letting out a large blast from the electric hands as he does not move out of the way at all. He takes the full 15 dice. Which puts you at... Okay. As he gets shocked. Zapped.
Making sure to keep my guard up, I do just say, "Are you okay?"
You can hear him say, yeah. Let's get really serious now. You can tell, you can see his eyes glow, which is a good indicator that he's about to use either a super or an ultimate.
Mm. I, I want to try something. Just tell me if I can or can't. I want to try and I want to say ready action for him to attack.
Okay, hold
And
on. Before you do that, like you can't
mm,
just ready action for him to attack. I'm gonna look at something.
mm.
Survival, creature analysis, pattern recognition. With a insight. Oh shit. Okay. Mind of 10. You can tell that if it is an ultimate, he is going to use one called Wind Shear, which creates an intense amounts of downdraft, causing a horizontal tornado around the room, like a hurricane, essentially. If it's a super,
Um,
if it's a super, it's very hard to predict what it's going to be.
um, I was going to say use earth to create like a bubble of rock around me, like a dome.
I'm going to go ahead and roll for his move first. 26.
I don't know if I should do that.
8. You have 12 other chances to get it.
Huh?
You have 12 other parts of your dice. Like, you have an 8 out of 12, you have an 8 out of 20 chance of, like, getting it. Sorry, oh my gosh.
Um,
You have a freaking 1 in 12 chance of getting it. Fuck! Dude, I don't
then
know
I would
what I'm saying anymore.
then I would rather dodge.
Dodge, which is your agility roll, is a 7. All you have to do is pass up an 8, which you get a perfect 8. Narrowly! So narrowly! You just managed to escape damage as the wind around the room forms this gigantic hurricane, and by some weird stroke of luck, you manage to go into the direction of the wind, completely avoiding this draft. This extreme draft that otherwise would have cut you and suffocated you.
Nope. Is there
As
still air flying around the room?
no, ultimate moves cannot be mixed as combo moves unless there's another other person, and ultimate moves cannot be turned into anything else unless they evolve by themselves. You can tell it was an ultimate called Wind Shear. If you want to add it to your sheet, like somewhere to like figure like label that, go for it. But if not, that's all right. Do you want to like? Okay. What is your next action?
Oh. Mm. Use fire once more. Aiming for his center body.
I'm guessing the fire mannequin breaks.
Yes, it does.
As the fire mannequin busts, a significantly sized fireball comes out as the guy waves his hand and the fireball like splits with the wind.
Oh, that was awesome.
As he does go for a attack with a 6. You can tell he's going for one of those long range punches again.
I would like to dodge once more.
12. Double up, you can get a counter attack and your regular attack.
Um, Counterattack, electricity aiming for the main body.
4. 10. As he does manage to, like, absorb the current into the air and it goes away.
And regular attack, a gust of air to push him, knock him over, make him fall.
16. Not bad. With an 18, he counters your air. Noel is just kind of, or sorry, not Noel. James is just kind of being like moral support. He's like,
got a little
yeah. Is there anything in specific that you want James to do?
1v2 doesn't sound very fair. But if he so wishes to join...
Is there anything that you want James to do? Like, imagine that you're controlling James right now.
See, my immediate thought was pry his jaws apart and let them clamp shut to create a concussive sound because it's really loud and we're in a cave, which makes it louder.
Is there anything you want him to do that isn't like an action in combat? Like, sneak around, go move something, etc.
No, if I get the dark card, I want to get it fair and square. I would like it if you would look around, take a look at the cave, figure out what's going on. What's going on?
Okay. Oh, okay. Sure. So, James... Alright, so James is going to be, like, looking around the castle while you handle your problem.
Problem.
Okay, where were we? Right, he countered your gust of wind. With no follow-up. It is your turn.
Okay. I would like to try another gust of air to knock him down.
$12. Oh, right. Shoot. Okay, so you lost... Okay. So right now you're at 26 HP.
What happened
Wait,
to my
no, no, no,
HP?
no. No. For you to put, like, to get puppets, you put some of your life force into them.
Yes. Oh, so when they break, I can't get it back?
No, when you break, you get it back.
Oh, yay.
30 minus 4. Okay, so you have 26. Fuck, what was I thinking? Oh my gosh. And once they break, once all of these break, you get all of them back.
Doesn't it take 3 per? 3 life force points?
Thank you. It takes 3 life points per.
Doesn't it?
I'm not sure, but I guess that's gonna be it.
That's how many it took last time.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate your honesty.
If
Actually,
I'm doing
you know what?
this, I
As a
wanna do
matter
it
of
fair.
fact, for your honesty, where is it?
Where is it?
I'll give you a black coin.
Yay.
There. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and reset the table. You can keep fighting. 12, right.
Mhm.
You sent out a gust of wind. Right?
To knock him down. Yeah.
10. He manages to not avoid it or block it as you land the. Hold on, because we're gonna have to roll for the attack. Actual attack. 19. The amount he manages, like, not to block, does. It hurts him so bad. It's comedic as to like what would happen if the full thing hit him. I'm kidding. It doesn't actually hurt him that bad. He's only gonna be taking like 7 points of damage. Okay.
Mhm.
5. He goes for another punch, and then a small, tiny little gust of wind comes out.
Is it gonna do anything if it hits me or just a breeze?
That depends on whether or not it does hit you.
I will try and move out of the way. Dodge.
$15. You completely dodge out of the way. Over triple, you're going to be able to get a counterattack and a regular action.
Counterattack, use the earth one to jut the earth that's underneath of him up, flinging him into the ceiling.
Okay. 18. Boom. He starts flying up into the air.
And then electricity.
And you are taking these away, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then electricity. 17. He takes the full 17 of damage. While also being in the air, he is unable to deflect it. But never mind. I guess the advantage doesn't really matter. A tiny little gust of wind just kind of like farts. Just. It doesn't do anything. What would you like to do for reaction?
Encase him in water.
What do you mean encase him in water? The water
Use
would
the
come out
water
of the
one.
mannequin.
Yes.
You can't, like, surround him
Oh,
randomly.
water blast.
A water blast.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so the determination of the pressure of the water is going to be through the dice. 17, which isn't bad. That would hurt. Absolutely. With a 7 on
pressure
dice.
washer.
With a 7 on dice, he will take the full 7 damage. 14, not terrible. He manages to block some of it, relieving a little bit of damage, but definitely not all of it. As you see his eyes glow again, he's not going to use an ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
He can't use an ultimate.
Okay.
You do have a moment to save yourself.
Sorry, I'm gonna use the metal mannequin um to create a safe space around me, like a little bubble with air holes.
19. This is a fortified fucking metal cage.
Don't hurt me.
As you can hear his footsteps approaching the cage. You hear a bang against the cage wall.
Rather than lowering them, I want the metal one to take the metal around me and just push them out against the cave walls.
What do you mean push them out? Like,
Like,
expand or something?
yes, push them again. Push metal against cave wall.
So if you're talking about expand, the metal will break into pieces. It'll break into smaller pieces. The more it expands.
I mean, like, just move them, if that makes sense.
Not really. Like, where in the wall are you trying to get it? This guy's currently punching your metal.
Like, basically just until the metal hits the wall.
Until the metal hits the wall?
Yeah, not like trying to drive it into the wall or anything.
I'm assuming this isn't an attack.
The point is, I guess, no. The, hmm. He's punching the metal, right?
Yes.
Would it be possible to have the metal... You know when closet doors fall on people?
You mean like the video that we literally just saw?
Yes, that.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to have the metal do that?
Sure. Roll a dodge roll.
I was about to say, based on the noise of my surroundings. Wait, dodge roll for what? Him or the
Do you
metal?
want to make the closet fall? Or the metal thing fall? Like, do you want to try
In
and
the
push him
opposite
against the wall?
direction of me.
Yeah, no
Huh?
duh. No duh, but like, do you want to push it against the wall?
No, fall.
Roll a dodge roll.
Mhm.
9.
Cool.
As the second that like metal sheet separates, you hear another bang as the wall of fucking metal comes flying at you. With a 9, you will not be able to perform anything successfully without taking damage. Unless you have something in mind that can take the damage for you, or take the full damage.
I would rather dodge, like, try and get out of it and take partial damage rather than the full damage.
Okay. Trying to dodge, you get your arm. Sorry, not your arm. You get your ankle sprained, as it does make it a bit harder to walk. You'll have a -1 on agility temporarily until you rest shortly.
Mhm.
-1 until short rest. And you got quite a bit of ways to go. 3 damage. Okay.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, you still have kind of like this fucking metal igloo around you.
I want to use the water mannequin to blast him.
Okay. $19, not bad. 5. Even with a 19, he's still gonna take like 14 damage. $10. Nope, he's taking it. 14 damage. He gets blasted by like this pressure washer of water. What would you like to do? It's your turn.
Um, where is he right now? What's he like? Is he on the ground or is he standing?
He's not on the ground.
Okay.
He is standing in front of you.
Oh. I will use water again. Pressure washer.
I'm guessing that's it? Okay. 9. So. Alright, before I do anything. 16. Trying to use the water, he blasts it back at you with a strong gust of wind. He does move the dome of metal so it's not surrounding you two. You can tell as aggressive as he is, he still wants this to be a fair fight. And having a dome behind you wouldn't really do that. So he used the wind to move it.
Mm-hmm. I will try once again to move.
You move?
Out of the way, yeah.
What do you mean out of the way? Oh, out of the way of the gust?
Yeah. My agility is now a 6 because it's -1.
Oh, right, my bad. Okay, so I'll just take this and minus it. What was the previous roll? Whoops. Nope. Alright, whatever. We'll just go with... you do move out of the way, not taking any amount of damage. You're completely fine.
Okay.
What would you like to do? Yeah, it resets.
I use the earth one to try and knock him into a wall again. Like moving the ground, close is he to walls?
What did you say?
Close is he to a wall?
Not at all. You guys are relatively in
Huh.
the middle of the field.
I want to have the earth one, like, remove a large chunk of earth from underneath of him. I'm assuming it can't put it back.
Not once it's destroyed, no. That would be a second
Yeah,
action.
it's gone.
15. It does remove a pretty sizable crater in whatever shape you wanted it. I'm gonna have to perform reaction for him. 11. No, he doesn't successfully save himself. He hits the ground, but only takes like 4 damage.
Mm-hmm.
He is below you now.
Um, Since I do have enough HP, I want to use Soul String Snare on the clothing around his neck.
Let's read Soul String Snare. Project your life force into an object. Okay.
That's why I said his clothes and not him.
And you used 6 mannequins, so...
There's only
3
one left.
So that's 27. You have 27 health left. Okay. Using Soul String Snare, it removes 3 of your HP. As we will see. What's your ability stat?
I think it's a 10.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 10.
As this large, like, invisible tether comes shooting out of your hand, as this guy... And what was the previous roll?
18, I think.
You manage to grasp the stuff around his neck. The cloak. This, I'm guessing?
Mm-hmm.
You might want to add this. Add it.
Oh, right.
I'll add it.
Oh.
What would you like to do? You had to have done that for a reason. What was it?
I don't want to do it anymore. Because my thought process was to constrict around. I guess I want it to like constrict his chest, but not in a way that breaks his bones. It just makes it hard to breathe.
Okay. As you see him notice that you did this, and his eyes glow extremely bright, as zero holding back, he sends out this entire fucking hurricane of wind out from just his hand. There is only a dodge available.
Yeah, I'll dodge.
Even if you were to put this mannequin in the way and have it encase itself in armor, it will obliterate it. If you do not dodge successfully, you will take the full 16 damage.
Okay.
Right, 6. 22! You managed to somehow dodge out of the way with grace as well.
I do let go of his cloak.
All right.
Do I have to touch it or do I get my HP back?
No, Lifeline Tether and Soul String Snare are both, they're both ranged abilities.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would like to use Lifeline Tether.
You retrieve your health, cool. The shitty thing about these two abilities is that NPCs can actually see them. Like, NPCs are able to see them. Also, remember this exists.
I know.
Okay, He does go for another attack with a 5. His attack will fail, depending on what you get.
I will dodge. I'm sorry, can you explain Marinette's whip to me?
Sure. What don't you understand?
So, does the whip hit the thing being puppeted?
No. For every object being puppeteered, a whip
Mm-hmm.
is projected from the user's fingertip. Like a thread that you can control.
Okay.
And it can stack up to 10. Right? Like that's
Okay.
your full
Yeah. I
HP
only have 10 fingers.
before you get no. This is the issue.
Oh, right.
Your HP. Your HP is the problem, not the amount of fingers on your hand. Nothing am I on my own. Okay.
Hmm.
What would you like to do to dodge his wind? Or block?
Just dodge.
Okay. Do anything. Alright, they're both kind of like wimpy dodges and, attack. That'll reset the sequence. Go ahead, Nicole.
I'm guessing he's not still in that hole.
Feel something. No, he is.
Mm. Um. I will use the metal one to create kind of like a lid, but not on the hole in it, like just over his head.
Just to try and crush him.
Not to try and crush him, just to encase him.
Remember, the metal abilities can only go so far when it comes to something that's only being powered by an ability crystal.
No.
Alright, well, just know, once I roll this dice, it's,
I know. That's why I said no. Um. Um. I don't want to try and crush him, but I want to leave him with, like, barely any room to move.
Okay. So you do want to make a lid?
Yeah.
A decently sized but rather thin lid. Like you definitely couldn't stand on it without it eventually breaking. Comes over the hole and encases it.
Mm-hmm. Do I hear anything?
Nope. Complete silence.
I want to start gathering rocks in my hands.
There you go. You start gathering rocks?
Yes.
Okay. How many? You can only carry like 2 large rocks.
I carry two, does that mean I can carry like 4 medium rocks?
Yeah, you can fit them in your arm.
Okay. I carry as many as I can, leaving a rock in one hand, but having that arm movable for throwing purposes.
I'll say that you have like 6 rocks.
Mhm.
Of all sizes. Why do you have holding all the way down there?
That's just a little note. Holding is going to be up higher. I just don't want to have to go to it right now.
Alright, what are you gonna do with these rocks?
I am just going to wait until he inevitably comes out of there.
The lid suddenly, almost like a geyser, shoots up and hits the ceiling of the cave. This
I'm guessing.
massive volcano of wind is pushing it up.
Mm-hmm.
As the dude does emerge from the hole.
Because now my idea sounds stupid. Um, I want to try and like throw the rock under his foot to make him fall, if that makes sense.
It's not gonna work. He's standing still.
Oh, never mind.
And
Just
also,
throw
that would
it
be
at him.
a very big luck roll. What did you say?
I'll just throw it at him, aiming for the lower parts of his, like, below the knee.
Aiming for his legs?
Yeah.
What's your dex? You have a
8.
dexterity of 8. 13 or higher in order to... Okay. You manage to hit him in the leg. As he doesn't turn to you, but he does throw his hands forward as you feel the wind in the cave change. The cave is starting to crumble. Like it's being destroyed with how much is going on. Nicole,
Mm-hmm.
there is a gigantic death frisbee being thrown at you at the moment. What would you like to do? Oh yeah, the
Oh,
death frisbee is metal.
oh, I
The
wonder where
metal
that
that,
came from.
yeah, you. It came from you.
That's crazy.
How would you like to
Um,
avoid this murder frisbee?
I would like to dodge the murder frisbee.